Okay, hello everybody. Today we're going to be going over this beautiful chart about dividing fractions using standard algorithm. Okay, so we're going to go through the steps. We have some examples for you guys, and I think you guys are going to get it. The steps are pretty simple. So let's start with step number 1. We have find the reciprocal of the divisor and operation. And we have this crazy word here, reciprocal. Now reciprocal means to find the opposite or the inverse, and here it's of the divisor and operation. So in our example, we have 2/3 divided by 2/4. If we find the reciprocal of the divisor, which is our 2/4 here, we're just going to flip it, right? We flip it and we put the 4 as the numerator and the 2 as the denominator, so we have 4/2. We find the reciprocal of the operation. So if we are dividing, the opposite of division is multiplication. So we're going to be multiplying. That's step number 1. Step number 2 is solve. And step number 3 is simplify. And those are your 3 steps for dividing fractions using standard algorithm. Ms. Cortez is going to go over the example that's on the chart more in depth with you guys.
Alright guys. Alright, now that Ms. Estrada went over how to do the steps in such wonderful way, I'm going to show you the example using these steps, okay? So first and foremost, they ask us to find the reciprocal of the divisor and the operation. Remember, this is the dividend and this is the divisor, so that's why we boxed this in to show you guys. This is what we're finding, the reciprocal. Why do we do the reciprocal? You just told us last time to find the, what is it called? The
common denominator.
The common denominator. The reciprocal eliminates that step and that need to do that, because when we flip it, we already get the amount needed.
Yeah, so when we flip it,
Yeah.
when we flip it, we're eliminating even finding the common denominator. So remember how when we got halfway through, we ended up not needing the common denominator? We like chunked off the end and said, whoop, goodbye, or squiggled it out. Well, we're taking that part, and since it already becomes eliminated, and how we need to end up finding at just the numerator, how many of this fits in that, that's why we're just going to flip it. So when we multiply 2 times 4, which is actually the denominator, and then we multiply 2 times 3, which is actually the other denominator. So it's kind of like we just find our 2 total numbers by doing that, and then we just divide. So it's going to give us the divisor of how many we want out of our total of how many we have.
Thank you, Ms. Eve.
You're
She
so welcome.
says that so beautifully. Okay, so finding the reciprocal. This is what we do. We need to find the reciprocal of the divisor, which is this one right here, and of the operation, which is the operation is what we're doing to it, okay? So the opposite or the inverse of division is multiplication. And then the reciprocal of 2/4, and let me just kind of, there you go. The reciprocal of 2/4, when we flip it, it's 4/2. So now we get to multiply 2/3 times, according to my step 2 solve, 2/3 times 4/2 equals, and then what we did is just literally multiply across. 2 times 4 is 8, 3 times 2 is 6, alright? But we're not done, because the next step says to simplify, alright? When we simplified, we can get 1 and 2/6, because remember that this line right here, okay, this line right here essentially means divide, right? So, this is one of the steps you already know that we've been doing for a while. Okay, we did this with ratios. So essentially you're doing 8 divided by 6, and that's how you end up with this 1/2.
But
One
can we
into
go
6.
deeper? Can we make 2/6 smaller?
Yeah.
You are so right. Alright, we could make 2/6 smaller. How do we do that? By finding what number can go into 2 and 6. And that's easy peasy, lemon squeezy, because look, you divide the top and the bottom by 2, you'll get 1 and 1/3. So we simplified it even further.
Yeah!
Ooh.
Woo!
All right.
Hi guys, so I'm going to do the example for you guys, and I'm just going to go ahead and do 4/5 divided by, let's do 3/4. Alright, 4/5 divided by 3/4. That means I have 4/5 of a pan of brownies left, and I want to share it, and I want to give each person 3/4. So I have 4/5, and I want to give each of my friends 3/4. So how many friends can I give 3/4 to? That's what we're figuring it out. Well, let's see. Okay, so what we're going to do is right away, we know our first step is to find the reciprocal. We're going to find the reciprocal, and I'm going to do that in blue. But first, I have to write my dividend first. Now, remember, when we're finding the reciprocal, we're eliminating the need to find the common denominator. We're making it so we're just seeing how much of what we have is over how much what we want. So the 6 or the 8 over 6 from our last problems. So I'm going to find how much that I have over how much that I want to separate it. And when I find the reciprocal, I find the reciprocal of the whole second part of the sentence. So it's going to be times 3/4. And now I need to find my solution. I need to solve using my pink, which is red. Okay?
Is it really 3/4?
It is not really 3/4. Great job, little Andrea. Which is funny because we have an Andrea.
Yay.
It is 4.
Ms. Z pulled a Mrs. Cortez.
I love it. 4/3. Okay, so 4 times 4 is
16.
Oh, good. Nice job, little kid who's not supposed to be in school. 16. And 5 times 3 is
15.
15. Little kid who, real deep voice there. Now, what I need to do is I need to do step 3, and I need to simplify. And this is where I'm going to make it turn into a mixed number. So this is where when you had the tape diagram, where I found a total of 8 before, or a total of 6 before out of the 8, and I chunked that, and I pulled that whole number. And now I'm going to take those 2 extra, this is where I took the 2 extra, and I put it over my denominator. So this is the same action as doing that. I have 16. Out of that 16, I want to find how much 15 is. So I know that there is one set of 15 and 16, and then if I take 15, I know that I'll have 1/15 left over. That's all it is. Now I look, can I simplify that anymore? No. So take both videos and you connect it. The reciprocal eliminates the way of needing to find the common denominator, and it just takes it out so that we find what we have over what we want. What we have over what we want. What we have over what we want. That's it, guys. You got this. See you later.